Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Hey, welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast. I'm Bianca McKenzie, and this is the place where we break down marketing strategies that actually work without the overwhelm. Before we dive into this episode, I want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land I live and work on, the Palawa people of Lutruwita. I pay my respects to elders past and present and acknowledge the deep connection they have to this land, culture, and community. Now let's dive in and make marketing work for you. If you've ever had a slow month, panicked, and posted on every platform you own in the space of like 48 hours, or if you've ever been told by your boss or a client that, we need more leads right now, and suddenly you're throwing money at ads with no plan, or if your marketing only seems to happen when there's a fire to put out, then this is the episode for you. Today, we're talking about something I call Band-Aid marketing, the scattered, reactive, panic-driven marketing that happens when you need clients yesterday. We're going to talk about what it actually is, why it feels productive but it doesn't work, and what to do instead so that you're never actually in that position again. All right, what Band-Aid marketing actually is. Let's define this properly because I think most of you have done this without actually having a name for it. Band-Aid marketing is reactive, panic-driven marketing activity that happens when you suddenly need results and you don't have a system in place to generate them. It's not planned, it's not strategic, it's a response to pressure. Pressure from low bank balances, pressure from a boss demanding leads, pressure from a launch that's underperforming, pressure from comparing yourself to someone else who seems to have it figured out. And here's what it looks like in practice. Your calendar is empty for the next month. So you suddenly post on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all in the same week. Platforms that you haven't touched in weeks. Or your boss says, we need more inquiries. So you throw like $500 at Facebook ads overnight with no strategy, no tracking, no clear offer. Or you haven't sent an email in 8 weeks, but revenue's down. So you fire off 3 emails in 2 days, hoping that something sticks. Or you message everyone in your DMs asking if they want to work with you, even people with no interest who showed zero interest before. Or you slash your prices in a flash sale because you need cash this week. Or you spend a whole weekend creating a freebie, a sales page, and a launch sequence because someone mentioned, a 90-day challenge that worked for them. If this sounds familiar, I know, I understand. It feels like you're doing something. It feels productive, even, urgent. It feels important, but it's actually just basically panic wearing a to-do list as a disguise. I call it Band-Aid marketing because that's exactly what it is, a Band-Aid. A Band-Aid covers a wound. It doesn't heal it. It's a temporary fix for an emergency, and it's meant to hold things together just long enough for the actual healing to happen underneath. The problem is that most business owners use Band-Aids as their entire wound care strategy. They never get to the actual healing, building a real marketing system. It's because they're constantly cycling through emergencies and, slapping on another Band-Aid. Sometimes the cycle kind of looks like this. Things are quiet, then panic sets in, then Band-Aid marketing happens. Maybe it generates a little bit of activity, then things calm down slightly. So you stop marketing because the pressure is gone, then things go quiet again, then you panic again and you repeat. It's exhausting And it's also why your marketing never compounds. Every time you stop after the immediate pressure eases, you lose whatever momentum you built. So you're basically starting from zero again and again and again. So let's talk about why this approach fails, even though it feels like you're doing marketing. Firstly, it's not aimed at anyone specific. When you're in panic mode, you're not thinking about your ideal client. You're thinking, I need any client. So usually your messaging becomes generic, trying to appeal to everyone, and most of it's going to fall on deaf ears and not resonate with anyone. Reason number 2 is there's no warm-up period. Good marketing nurtures people before asking for the sale. Band-aid marketing skips straight to the asks because there's no time for nurturing. So basically, you're messaging cold or lukewarm leads and you're immediately pitching. Reason number 3 is that desperation is visible. People can sense panic, even online. A flash sale with no real reason behind it, it's like a sudden flood of posts after months of silence, or a DM that basically reads like a script that literally signals, oh my God, this person needs me to say yes, rather than, this person can genuinely help me. Desperation is going to repel the clients that you want. Reason number 4 is it's not sustainable. You can't sustain a frantic pace. You'll burn out within a week or 2. The activity will stop, and then you're basically right back where you started. Only now you're also exhausted. Reason number 5 is that there's no system to learn from. Because it's reactive and scattered, you can't actually track what worked. Was it the ad? Was it the DM? Was it the discount? You don't know. So you can't actually replicate it next time. You're not building knowledge. You're basically just generating noise, like panic noise. Reason number 6 is that it treats marketing like a light switch. So Band-Aid marketing assumes that you can flip marketing on when you need it and off when you don't. But marketing isn't a tap you can turn on for instant water. It's more like filling a tank. Like you need it topped up consistently so that it's there when you need to take from it. So why do we do it? I know why. So let's get into that. It feels better than doing nothing. So when you're anxious about revenue, taking frantic action feels more bearable than just, sitting and doing nothing. Doing something, like even doing the wrong something, it kind of eases that panic a little bit. Consistent marketing requires showing up when there's no pressure, and that's hard. Like it's easier to find motivation in an emergency than to actually find a discipline on like an ordinary Tuesday when everything is fine. I know that. Also, we were never taught the alternative. Like nobody showed us what a sustainable marketing system actually looks like. So when pressure hits, we kind of default to throw everything at it because that's the only model we know. And also external pressure makes it worse. So if you've got a boss, a manager, or like a partner that is kind of going, oh my God, we need leads right now, that pressure pushes you straight into Band-Aid mode because there's no time to build something proper because, you need results today. I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad about doing it because almost every business owner has done this at some point, including me. But I'm telling you this because the goal is recognizing the pattern so that you can interrupt it. So let's talk about what this pattern actually costs you over time because it's more than just, wasted effort and a whole lot of noise. Firstly, it's going to cost you trust with your audience. If people only hear from you when you need something, they're going to start associating your presence with sales pitches rather than actual value. And that's going to damage a long-term relationship. It's also going to cost you your confidence. Every time Band-Aid marketing fails to get you results, you're going to internalize that as, marketing doesn't work for me, or I'm bad at this. When really, the method is flawed, not you. And it costs you money that you didn't need to spend. Like panic-driven ad spend, rushed sales and discounted offers, they generate less revenue than a normal sale at full price to a warm audience would. And it's going to cost you the compound effect. So every stop-start cycle is going to reset your progress. The business owner who shows up consistently, even quietly for a year, they're going to be miles ahead of the one who does these intense bursts and then follow it with silence. And also, it's going to cost you your energy. Panic marketing is draining. You're operating from stress, which makes everything, your messaging, your tone, your decision making, it's going to make everything worse. So if Band-Aid marketing doesn't work, what do? Well, I want you to think of it like a financial reserve, but for marketing. So just like you build an emergency fund for your finances, you need a marketing reserve. Consistent, ongoing activity that's there for you before you need it, before there is that urgency, that panic. So what this means is that you need a simple, consistent content rhythm. Even when business is good, I need you to post 2 to 3 times a week, regardless of how busy you are with client work. You need to email and nurture your email list regularly, not just when you need to sell something, weekly or fortnightly emails that build a relationship. And having a lead magnet or some sort of entry point that's always working in the background, bringing in new people, even when you're not actively focusing on growth. And it also means visibility that doesn't depend on your mood or your bank balance. Marketing happens because it's scheduled and because it's systemized, not because you suddenly feel motivated or desperate. So when you have this reserve running quietly in the background, a slow month doesn't send you into a full panic because you already have momentum. You already have an audience that knows you. You're not starting from zero again and again. You're just turning up the volume on something that already exists. So I want you to do a quick gut check because I want you to figure out if you're in Band-Aid mode right now or not. So ask yourself, did I only start posting or emailing or promoting because I'm worried about money or because there's pressure from someone else? Am I messaging people I haven't nurtured at all, hoping that, one of them says yes? Have I changed my offer or my price suddenly because I need cash, not because it's, strategically right? Is this activity sustainable or am I going to collapse from it in 2 weeks? Could I explain why I'm doing this specific activity beyond, I need something to work? And if you answered yes to any of these, you're in Band-Aid mode. It's okay. I just need you to do a gut check. So if you are in Band-Aid mode, I'm going to help you step out of it. So if you're in the middle of Band-Aid moment right now, here's how you can steady yourself without throwing everything at the wall. Your first step is to pause before you post everywhere. So take a breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Resist the urge to blast every platform at once. Scattergun activity is not going to do well. You want a clear, well-placed message. Step number 2 is go back to your warmest people first. So instead of cold outreach or generic posts, look at people who've already shown interest. Look at past clients, engaged email subscribers, people who inquired, before but didn't buy, and reach out to them genuinely, not desperately. I've got capacity for 2 more clients this month. I thought of you because of our last conversation. Something like that. Like, not this panic kind of thing. Just reach out. Step number 3 is make one clear, honest offer. Not like a discounted panic sale. So if you do need quick revenue, it's okay to create an offer. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but make it strategic, not like a fire kind of sale, but maybe like a genuine bonus or a fast action incentive rather than slashing your price because you're scared. Like, you can literally, for example, if I wanted to do this, I can go, get this now, and I'm giving you a 30-minute one-on-one session to go with it. Like, so make it an offer, not like a discount, like a panic kind of discount. Step number 4 is do less, but do it intentionally. So one well thought out email to your list is going to do so much better than 5 scattered posts across platforms that you haven't used in months. So quality and relevance are going to beat volume when you're under pressure. Like, you are so much better off reaching out behind the scenes first before you kind of like do this scattered approach. And then step number 5, start your reserve the moment things calm down. So this is the most important part. Once the immediate pressure is gone, don't go quiet again. This is exactly when you need to build your consistent rhythm that is going to prevent the next panic sale. So I know that some of you are not business owners panicking about your own revenue. If you're in a marketing role and, someone above you is demanding leads, like right now, that pressure is real and it's harder because you don't always control the timeline. So here are a few things that I think will help in that situation. Firstly, show them the reserve concept. Like, sometimes leadership doesn't actually realize that marketing needs lead time. So a simple conversation, like explaining, if we want reliable leads next quarter, we need to start nurturing now. So talk to them about it. Also, separate the emergency ask from your long-term strategy. So it's okay to do like a short-term push to kind of, satisfy that urgent need, but you also want to build the sustainable system in the background so you're not in this position again next quarter. And use data to make your case. You can show them, our one-off campaigns get X results, but consistent nurturing over 90 days gets, these results. And it's much easier to get buy-in when you can show something. Like, data always tells the story. So you can't really always avoid Band-Aid moments, especially when they're like internally imposed, but you can use them as a catalyst to finally build the system that's going to prevent the next one. Ultimately, Band-Aid marketing comes from a scarcity mindset. Like, I need this to work right now or else. But sustainable marketing comes from a different place entirely. So I want you to shift the I need clients today to I'm building a pipeline that brings clients consistently. I want you to shift from what can I do right now to get attention to what can I do consistently so attention is always building. I want you to shift from marketing as an emergency response to marketing as ongoing maintenance. And I want you to shift from I'll market when I need to I market so that I never desperately need to. And this shift is not going to happen overnight, especially, if Band-Aid marketing has been your default for years. But every time you choose consistency over panic, you're building that reserve. That means that next time you won't need the Band-Aid at all. So there you have it. Talk to you about what Band-Aid marketing is, why it feels productive, but it isn't, and what to do instead. So that you're not scrambling. So here's what I want you to do. If you recognize yourself in this episode, don't spiral into guilt about it. Almost everyone has done it, including me. I want you to pick one small sustainable marketing activity that you can commit to this week, regardless of how business is going. And I want you to start building your reserve. Maybe it's one email. Maybe it's 2 social posts. Just something consistent that doesn't depend on panic to happen. And if you want help building a marketing system so that you're never stuck in a Band-Aid mode, if you want proper rhythms, templates, and accountability so that consistency actually sticks, that's exactly what we work on inside the Marketing Momentum membership. I will pop the link for this in the show notes so you can check it out. Now, remember, Band-Aid marketing, it's fine for emergencies, but it is not a substitute for actually healing the wound. I want you to build the system so that you don't need any more Band-Aids. Thank you so much for tuning into the New School of Marketing podcast. Remember, consistent and quiet beats scattered and loud every single time. I'm Bianca McKenzie, and I'll catch you next week. Until then, keep making marketing work for you.